Hello. Hey, once the microphone is actually connected. I should address the warmer. It is pretty cold out. Um, I never really knew just how much you can live in peace. It's been like a full week now. I don't think I've had a single negative thought or there's no anger, there's no frustration, or the frustration that does exist is easily understood as a perceived lack that is not real. Once that's acknowledged, you can just immediately move past it, you know? Like, are you really upset? Or are you just not in non-stop bliss? That's where I'm finding myself. I think that, well, I can only speak for myself, but I've noticed a pattern within myself that no matter what happens, like no matter how good it gets or how bad it gets, I kind of live in the same cycles, more or less, where it's like up all the way, then not up all the way. And like sometimes that not up all the way manifests as like negative or like sad thoughts or depression or any myriad of symptoms. Well, right now, it's manifesting as peace. Like I'm not jumping for joy in the moment. Like I don't feel the tinglies all over, but it's okay. A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so, I posted a short where I was like, it seems like a lot of people that understand God kind of act like it's boring, and I didn't know why that was. And I think I do now. And the reality of that situation is those people are perceiving as like being bored. We're not bored, they were just at peace. Like, I could sit here for the next like 3 hours. I maybe would if these gloves weren't really thin, and I know that they would I know I can't stay out here forever, but there is such an abundance of peace when you let it come to you. I think I spoke about this in my really long video. I spoke about it shortly. But when you're living in the world and like of the world and like very much attached to everything that's going on, it's easy to get stuck in the us versus them mentality. Where like you have your turf, everyone else has their turf, and then you have like this, which is like up for grabs, like this is no man's land. But when you're at peace and you realize that this is as much yours as anything else in the world is, like this is your space. This was made for you. You want to go and dance, you can dance. You want to jump, you can jump. There is nothing that constricts you. All the constriction you ever perceived is just that, perceived. It's not real. This is real. Freedom, beauty, perception, it's so good at making you think that it's offering you the world, when in reality it's offering you a home within walls. Like, it's the most obvious thing in the world when the entire world is your home, but obviously you prefer the world to be your home than four walls surrounding you. Like, that can be your home too, but don't let it stop there. Perception has this tendency to trap you into being like you are only safe and you're only comfortable when you are on these artificial terms. You're only comfortable when the voice in your head says that all the conditions have been met. Why? Because a voice said so? Think of how stupid that voice is sometimes. How irrational it is. I'll give you a personal example. My entire life, I never necessarily believed in God, or what I would call God. I might have called it the universe or whatever. But I would have said I wasn't really a God-fearing person. Well, actually, that's untrue, because there was always that thing in the back of my head, like, what if God's not real? Like, what if I'm gonna get punished because God's real? Or, well, yo, because God's real, and he's upset that I'm not worshiping him. And once I die, he's really gonna get the belt out. It's just like always in the back of your head. Like, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? Now, I believe in God. And in the moments that I keep falling to ego, I realize the opposite is happening, where I'm like, what if I'm wrong? What if God's not real? What if I'm crazy? What if this is all in my head? I just want to feel anxiety and worry. That's all that keeps happening. Two conflicting ideas that I held. It was just the desire to feel this anxiety. Perception cannot be trusted. God can be trusted. You need to learn how to listen though. And that's what I'm really doing. I'm really finding that the more there is only one teacher, the more there really is only one source of information coming in, the easier it is to hear. And how obvious is that? Like, would you rather study in a library where you're by yourself, devoted to like you and your book, or would you rather like study in a busy cafeteria with 1,000 voices all chattering around you while you're trying to focus on what really matters? The choice is easy for me. It's simple when you see it that way. It's really just about letting go of that identification with that voice. Constantly reminding yourself that that person that always has been driving the ship has always been driving the ship to discomfort, to sadness, like some wins, but a lot of losses. When you relinquish control, when you put yourself on that autopilot and let the program that was designed to guide you. I can't say that you're only going to ever be in bliss, because we're all people, and I'm not perfect. I fall off the path. But I notice that even when I do, it's so easy to get right back on. It's so easy to always acknowledge the peace that exists in every single moment. lows who you get, the higher the highs. I don't know where this is taking me. I really don't. And I know that I have a tendency to doubt myself. I have a tendency to think that think I've made the wrong choice. But I'm learning that I'm not making these choices anymore. I'm on a path whether or not I want. I might as well just strap in and enjoy the ride. Otherwise, all you're doing is fighting a roller coaster. You're on the roller coaster regardless. You better learn to like it, you know? Surrender. 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 Alright. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I hope you're having a peaceful day, and I hope that you can recognize the peace that is always with you.